does November the 11th mean to you? If you are living in Korea, perhaps it means a very special day where people buy presents, and especially pepero. So why do you celebrate pepero? Because they are long, thin snacks which look like the number 1, and the 11th of November is 11 for the 11th day of the 11th month. And this is a day that couples especially will give each other these kinds of gifts. But in England, the 11th of November is something really quite different. World War I is also called the Great War, and the reason we call it the Great War is not because it was fantastic, but because it was epic in that so many people died. This was the war in which barbed wire was invented, a cruel way to trap soldiers down so that they would be shot by machine guns. It was also the war in which tanks were invented, killing machines that could ride across trenches and muddy fields purely to get to the other side. The conditions in the trenches were terrible. It was muddy, there were rats, there were lice, and for most of the time they were just waiting for the whistle to blow. And when the whistle blew, the men would climb over the top of the trench and race to the other side, trying to kill as many people as possible. But it was muddy, and there were barbed wire fences stretched out across which caught your clothes and tied you down. When you were trapped beneath the barbed wire, machine gun bullets would be flying across, and you faced almost certain death. Can you imagine what it was like for the soldiers living in those trenches? So if you see someone wearing a red flower on the 11th of November, now you know what it is. It's a poppy. And these poppies grew in the fields where so many soldiers died during World War I. And it's remembering all of the soldiers who died since then in World War II and in other wars around the world. It's a reminder that wars like this shouldn't happen, and it's a sign of respect for those who sacrificed so much. It's also hopeful that wars like this won't happen again. What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea to take some time to try to remember these sacrifices? And do you think that it's a good idea to take time to try to prevent these wars in the future?